Taurus, when it comes into aspect of the 9th degree, November 10th, 2023, and why it's going to be so awesome. So, the Sabian symbol is a Christmas tree is decorated and shines in the darkness. The symbol speaks of joy and togetherness of celebrations such as Christmas. It shows the need for experiencing or accepting family and friends and celebrating cultural ties and enjoying release from more difficult activities. Activities of the group will bring joy to all those who participate or pass close enough to see. Gathering people together in a common cause in order to celebrate festivities and a sense of family can enliven everyone and give them hope. Joy will spread and life will be celebrated. The fruits of one's culture. Warm within. Although it may be cold outside, festive seasons and giving and receiving gifts and good wishes, families and friends, angels. Loneliness, unfulfilled longings for family togetherness, the pretense of happiness or success in a show for social reasons, only doing the externals, commercialism. So I think this is like a really interesting aspect because, again, we have that Neptune sextile here, and by this time, Neptune is almost direct. It's not direct yet because it goes direct December 6th, December 9th, and Jupiter goes direct December 6th. But it's very important to realize here that with this degree, it really is about understanding the truth of love. I want to say this retrograde is about the truth of love. Understanding what brings people together, what is true friendship, what it truly means to be a warm person, and the spiritual vibration that God will give us to go in that direction in the universe, to be prosper. God sometimes gives us eclipses and things and retrogrades to be warmer and deeper in our energy so that we can usher in new energy. It's not just about us. There are people after our generation. They're important too. And how we treat children is what this degree reminds me of. Be nice to kids. Respect them. Be a warm parent. Be a warm friend to a child if you teach them. Be nice. You don't know what kids are going through. You don't know the alienation they felt in Corona. And this seems like a degree where it's almost Christmas. It's not Christmas, but it talks about Christmas. It's November 10th. It's the build up to Christmas. Again, it's Scorpio season. I think it's really important to understand why it's so important to just value people you love and value the new generation because they're coming in. Let's move forward. The next day, November 11th, we go back into Jupiter in 8th degree. So, and then November 22nd, we go into the 7th degree, and December 6th, we go into the 6th degree. So as you can see, Jupiter does speed up, and that is interesting. So we will talk about the 9th degree, the 8th degree, the 7th degree, the 6th degree. Jupiter goes in the 8th degree. Jupiter goes into the 8th degree November 11th. So it's really important here. So Jupiter goes into the 8th degree November 11th, 2023. The degree for this, Jupiter goes in, Jupiter goes in the 8th degree November 11th, 2023. The Sabian symbol for that is the 8th degree Taurus is a sleigh without snow. The symbol implies having the vehicle but not the fuel, the gas or energy to get the vehicle going, or make use of what's available. It speaks about seasonal variations where things available sometimes are not available at others. You may have to make most of the most situations without much help. Are you expending energy trying to make things work in difficult conditions? You can often fuel things by tapping into your imagination. What adjustments or improvisations can be made? You may sometimes need to wait until the time is right to have the fuel to complete your mission. Independence from outer circumstances, anticipating future conditions, having no money or resources to move forward, filling up the tank, the value of timing. Forcing your ideas or feelings, even when you know the time is not right, lack of environmental support, missing connections, right thing in the wrong place. Okay, what I personally feel about this degree is that it's so important to understand that, like, in this degree, people are going to have a lot of energy. You know what I mean? They want to save, they want to buy things, you know? They want to do all these things. But it's going to be too much energy. It's going to be like, you have to keep saving here. It's like almost seeing like a really gray screen, but then seeing gems around. And I really think around this time, people will start being more social. Will be like we'll be heading towards 2024. That will be almost 4 years after the start of Corona broke out. This will be a different time. I already feel the energy of Corona and what it's done changing. You know, the energy of like people getting vaccinated, the energy of people being safe, the energy of people choosing what they want to do in the situation, the freedom. It's important to understand, like, at this point, I do see people warming up, even though it's cold outside. We won't have Scorpio in the South Node. People want to connect, and people will be very sure about who they want to connect with. I don't think there'll be any doubt, you know? It'll just be like yes, or it'll be a no. You know, like I don't really think you'll be in a place with this degree where you'll be hesitant of like who really, if somebody wants to connect with you at this time, you'll feel it. And if someone doesn't, then you'll feel it. You know? When they say missing connections, the ones that do work out, well, those are the ones for you. And when this degree talks about it, speaks about seasonal variations where things available sometimes are not available by others. This is the timing of like who's available at this time to connect and make the best of things. And I think by that time, your vibration is increased because of the consistent work of saving and helping others. Like, you can also save and help people. You don't have to be like, you know, saving and totally isolated hermits. You know, you could be saving and also helping people. I really do think, and I think with Taurus, it could be like starting a new garden. You know, it could be starting a garden, planting seeds, and just being like, what do you want your new future to look like? Uranus and Gemini, Neptune and Pisces. What do you want it to look like? Uranus doesn't go into Gemini for another year, almost a year and a half. But start thinking about like what it would be like to be Uranus and Gemini. Because Taurus points to Gemini, and with all this retrograde energy, like we're not going back into Aries. Jupiter eventually will go into Gemini. But I think with all this Taurus energy and all this saving and building up of the roots, it's important to look at what is true and what is not. What is fake and what is real. What matters and what doesn't matter. You know? And with the Jupiter retrograde, it's already going to break down our insecurities about serious longevity and serious plan to thrive. And with that, it's going to break down the spiritual and moral belief systems we have that just do not work. And I'm not talking about anything to do with religion or family. I'm talking about with savings, like the connotations. Of course, keep your moral value high at this time. Then we move on to Jupiter. Jupiter in 7th. November 22nd, 2023, right? Jupiter in this, right, Jupiter in the 7th degree, November 2023, right? So that is when it's the woman of the Samaria. So basically, listen. Jupiter goes in the 7th degree, November 22nd. That's right at the end of Scorpio season. Sagittarius season starts, right? November 23rd. Sagittarius starts on the 22nd, right? And that is when that degree will shift. The woman of Samaria comes to draw water from Jacob's well. The symbol shows the depth of human emotions, along with the notion of giving and sharing. The breaking down of barriers and cultural issues that divide people is the issue here. The woman of Samaria was taken by surprise that Jesus would speak to her, as she was said to be from the wrong tribe. This speaks of accepting others for who they are, regardless of social structures and limitations. Some may need to be in help, drawing your own inner resources, taking time out to assist and reach out to others, dipping into family ancestry, past lives, going below the surface. Water and its blessings, finding renewed self-respect, digging deep, and to find what unites, not divides. Allowing social prejudice to rule decisions and behavior, feeling left out, unable to assimilate or contribute, shallow prejudices, water disputes, social conditioning. I really do feel like at this time it's like maybe there could be some earth events that happen. Sadly, when Jupiter comes in this degree, I think it is really important to be like, I have privilege. I'm not predicting an earthquake or a hurricane. I mean, it would be winter, but I'm saying with the earthquakes, just be careful where you're located and study this and know how to research the prediction of, these events. I really think it's important to be like not ignorant about where you live and just be like, oh, like, is it earthquake? Are there earthquakes? Are there things happening? Are there tornadoes? What is the politics with Jupiter in the 7th degree, like with this energy in Taurus? It reminds me of like people wanting to expand too fast in the retrograde, or they went the wrong direction. You know what I mean? Not the people, but like something could happen within a place that isn't properly protected. So just watch out. Moving on to the next degree. Jupiter will fall in the 6th degree, December 6, 2023. Jupiter falls in the 6th degree, Jupiter falls in the 6th degree, December 6, 2023, and that's also the day it goes direct. So, a bridge being built across a high, narrow gorge. The symbol speaks of the ability or the necessity of being a bridge for yourself, for others, in order to link people, things, places, or understanding. People who act like bridges provide a great service for others as they make it possible to overcome limitations and to move forward. To build a bridge takes time, tools, energy, help, and perseverance. Once it's completed, the dangers that it spans are no longer of any real concern, or at least the people can rely on getting across to the other side, as there's a space that's been made for crossing over. One of your jobs may be to break down barriers between people, overcoming distance and separation, endeavoring to build continuity, solving problems, bridging emotional chasms, spanning gaps, going straight ahead and not looking down, taking the long way round to avoid asking for help, using shortcuts to cut across the real issue, avoiding facing up to the facts, only seeing risks, not solutions. Okay. I feel like there's something that happens with the 7th degree in the world, and the 6th degree is about repairing it. And I really do think around that time, it will just be like whatever happens in the world, there will be a lot of relief, a lot of aid, a lot of help. Like it just won't go unnoticed. So I think it's a great time in between the retrograde and now to donate. Donate to children who don't have food. Donate to the homeless shelters. Donate to give your clothes if you have a bunch of clothes. You know, really open your mind to like how you can help out for different causes, especially to children in need. That was a Jupiter retrograde. I hope I covered it well. Sorry for